Ooh, look who's first.
Hello.
Okay. I think we are onto a winner here. Let's have a little music in the background if we can. Woohoo! Hey, Blinkster! What's up, nerds? Yeah, 100% of nerds. I've been doing things and stuff and piddling around with my various codes and things. So, this might be quite an entertaining one. What's basically happened is I've had a couple of people on the Steam say things like, "Oh, I can't get your dispenser to work," which is annoying, to say the least. And I've also realised I haven't actually made a stream of how to put the dispenser together. So I might as well do that then. Hey, various fun to be done. But right now, we're back on the test moon, where you may recall we built a whole bundle of things, including an example auto furnace, nice and simple, no mess, no fuss, 3 carefully colour-coded chips, all dutifully explained. And now we're going to make a sorter and dispenser rig. So, nerds, it's creative mode time. See my magic wand. Oh yeah. We're going to have fun. Fun on the bun, fun on the moon, fun on the mun. No, I can't. I got nothing. What do we got? Power transmitters, iron frames. Yes. Is that some Constantan? No, it's Invar. Everybody knows we have plenty of Constantan. Blinkster has been playing Oxygen Not Included all day. Supposed to get some programming done. I think have something to move around. Oh, in Oxygen Not Included. All right, what kind of thing are we moving around there? What's the moving around going on? We're going to have some steel frames. And we're going to make magic occur. Right, first job. Locate your furnace. Boop, there it is. Your dispenser rig is going to want to come out from somewhere out on the moon, and a chute comes roughly in the general vicinity of your furnace. Yay. It's going to come out of what we're going to call the front of your dispenser rig. So I'm going to stick mine basically about here somewhere. So I want the chute to come down back there.
Happy time zone. Love
Hey
all your precious
Leon,
faces.
how you doing? It's Mr. Greetings. He's awesome. Oh, missed. How do I get rid of that? Go away. Go away. Oh, sod off. No? I want you to leave. There's a way of doing this, I'm sure. Oh, it's that one, isn't it? No, that one. That one. That one. God damn it. I thought that I could get rid of things with the magic wand, and I'm clearly pressing the wrong bloody button to do so. Oh well. Work it out later. Not important right now. Chonk. Right. So what we need is a heck load of steel frames altogether, because we're going to need 10 of them just for the bloody silos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the silos. Couple for spare walking about money, and 1 for placement of shizzle on the back end. Now shizzle in this case is things like a computer mob.
Hey, listen!
I'm listening. Shift and C. Thank you, Winsinger. You are a lifesaver as ever. Hey, could I check Discord for a sec? Absolutely done with the thing. Pressing the buttons. Here we go. Do. Yeah. Right, give me a brief second. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Hey, sweet girl. I have just hit the interwebs. Mwah.
Love you.
Give people a wave. Say hello to all the people.
Hello, people.
All the people. Hooray. Yeah, I got you back on this one, Winsinger. I think I have the plan. Let's deal with this at an appropriate point with pointiness. Right. Okay, what's going on here is I am building some frames to put silos on. I think I've counted right. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why 10? Because 10 is the number of different ingredients you have for smelting. Starting from coal, cobalt, copper, and working up to steel. Steel is a bit of a problem at times because you've got to feed it yourself rather than getting it from any mining rig. But if you're willing to do that, it makes life a heck ton easier. Right, creative mode as ever, because frankly, mining for all this lot, way too much like hard work. Oof, boff, bonk, crunch. Alrighty. Not under the sea tonight, Leon. It's Sunday. Sunday is a day for Stationeers. Monday is under the sea. Check the schedule. The schedule has not changed. My eyes are looking at you. Your eyes should be looking at the schedule. Hey, Alfie. Hosting. Ah, that's what we like. Best beloved, you get waves from the lovely people. Holding C and left click. Holding F and click. Hold click is copy. Ooh, right, okay, we're going to do a thing. All right, there it is. I hold down C and didn't work. Try again. Hold C, middle click, no effect. Hold down C, right click. Got it. Okay, put one down, then right click to clear your cursor. Got the yellow thing, hold the thing, left mouse, you press the left, hold down C, construct delete, Poof. It's almost like it's telling us. Right. What have I got in my pockets is I have no food. Ooh, dear. What can we spawn? Pumpkin pie. Can we spawn a pumpkin pie? We can. Pumpkin pie by magic. And we're going to have a bottle of water by magic. Because I have no particular wish to just run out of food and drink. Better. Huh. Ooh. The after clone thing is a bit of a pickle since it switches slots as well. Let's try and avoid getting into a pickle then. I'll just carry on. Right. There's the frame rig. Nothing particularly rocket science about that so far. Just got to be 10 of them in a nice neat row, or neatish anyway. Next bit, we're going to do a secret bit. It's not particularly secret, but cable. Cable is going to come before anything else because putting the cables in afterwards is an absolute bogging pig. Right in the middle of each of these, a junction. Right, why? Because we're going to be putting silos, and silos, once they're in, are easy to fiddle with. But getting at the cables that are behind them, not so simple. So we put in the rear cables first. Sneaky, huh? Doof, 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 doof. Am I lining that up right? Clunk, I think so. Creative mode, go to settings, set the hunger rate to 0. Oh, sneaky. Yeah, yeah, that's half the problem, forgetting to change things back again. I have that talent. And besides, whilst I am in creative mode, I'm sticking mostly to real mode so that people can look over my shoulder and do at least a modicum of a learn. I hope. You are allowed to ask questions as well if people are sitting there going, what the heck are you doing? Why are you doing it that way? How come you're doing the stupid way? And do tell, because if there's a cleverer way, I like to learn that too. Right, so there's that. Nice. Now, SDB silo. Okay, fine. That is one of these guys. Doof. They look like this. Gawking huge thing. And if you turn them round so that the output is at the front and the input is at the back, and then you put your magic wand to work to actually fill it in, you'll be able to see up here is where the input is, down here is where the output is. Useful in some respects, pain in the trousers in others. Ooh.
Hunger critical.
Oh dear, I didn't actually eat my pumpkin pie, did I? I just invented it, stuck it in my pocket, looked at it. Okay, fine. Silos. Dish. Right. Pumpkin pie. Nom. Num 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 num. Hey Dusty, how you doing? Tonk. That's how we like these things. Ooh. Winston will ask a very important question. What is my choice of beverage tonight? Proper coffee. It's not stupidly warm in the world this evening, so, you know, drinking the good stuff. I mean, okay, the other stuff is also good, but differently good, shall we say. Right. Actually, I'm going to empty out my pockets a little bit. Don't think I'm going to need a box of fat cable or a spare silo at the moment. Or indeed steel plates just yet. Right. So fill these guys up. Right. Realised, see how I'm walking along on the moon dust? I am actually going to need some more places to stand. So I'm going to need more frames. So far, we've used 10 frames down the front. Oh, there you go. Coffee. Thank you very much. Thank you, Wingsinger. Dusty is working on getting an internal network properly set up so you can use your server. Ooh. Right. 10 frames at the front. I'm going to need more. 10 frames of the basis. So 30, we're going to need 40 frames. Probably don't need that one there, but hey. Definitely need these guys on the front, just so I've got somewhere to stand and somewhere to put some chips in a little while. Because we are going to be chipping the living badgers out of this. It's going to be a distressing amount of CPU power being spent on our silos. Why? Because it makes it simple. We could do it cleverer, but too much like hard work. Right. So, one level of the hardware setup, thunk, is now complete. Some of the rest of it is not. Boop. There we go. Completely forgot the cross links. Because we need all of these in here as well. Let's get the snips in there so I don't get weird problems like that. Right, only reason, like I said, for doing all that rear cabling first is because it's an absolute pig to get at once you've got these fellas in place. Right. Doesn't that look pretty? Well, bloody useless unless you're going to crawl up the back here and feed each of them by hand. I don't fancy that. I'm not keen. I don't like it. So if you're going to sort something, this implies the requirement for sorters. Oh.
Hydration critical.
Oh. Okay. Slurp. If it helps, helps if you're in the Discord to be able to seek help. Yes, that is one of the things. If you're not in the Discord, you can't ask people for help in the Discord. Right. 10 things. We want standard blocks of stuff in each of the things. Standard size. So that says stacker. Let's have some stackers. We'll have a stack of stackers. Whoop. Right. So here, we can't put them right up against it because there's no room for chutes there, but you can put them one further out. Doop. And because they're all lined up, you line them up with the middle of the frame. Like that. I'm fairly sure any of you solidly experienced stationeers will have looked at this rig and gone, so far, so obvious. I'm really hoping you will. Right. Leave it for now. Tom, not important. Okay. Right. So we need cable. We need to wire up all of these fellas, and it looks like a cable down the edge is going to do the job passing well. So let's have some more cable. Only dayball doesn't work. Oof. Cable, cable, cable. Right, this is going to be a bit repetitive, I'm afraid. I'm going to try and do it as fast as I can. Whoosh. So each of these stackers is going to be eating one particular kind of ore, sticking it into lumps, sticking those lumps into the silos, because this is not a rig designed to work with a pre-smelter. This is the simplest possible rig. You feed in ore, you get ingots out the back end. Alright, so we're going to need a power link from the bottom. Yeah. And up the side here. Alright. Weelad? No, Weelad has silly questions like, can I pile hedgehogs upside down on top of each other? No. Hi Harpy, how you doing? Found the authoring tool with the cable laying is instant. Okay. And Pooty is there as well. Hey Pooty, how you doing? Is everybody happy today? Is everybody being insane and curious? Curious cats. Meow. Alright. Speaking of which, if anybody has not yet seen the shiny new Sandman episodes that dropped a couple of days ago, I thoroughly recommend them, though you might want to bring tissues. And if you are of the feminine persuasion, or in any way a supporter of people who are ladies of various types, you might wish to bring some armour, a sword, and your own internalized rage, because frankly the second one presses a few buttons here and there, really does. And, you know, presses the good buttons, if you see what I mean, but it is the kind of thing that you look at and think, yeah, we got to do something about that. Right, Thomas Bab. Apparently Winsinger says you can stack hedgehogs on top of each other, and yes, apparently it is so. If you have the right kind of hedgehogs, you just turn one of them upside down and put it on top of the other one, and that's how it works. Who knew? Right, stackers, lovely, very useful, but they don't sort things. The kind of stuff that sorts things is sorters. So let's have some sorters. Hello, how are you? Boff. Stack of sorters. Now, check your sorter out. Your sorter has 2 outputs, 1 input. The way we've got the rig here, we want that. We want, looking down the line from the input to the outputs, you want your stackers on the right hand side. Do not put them on the left hand side, you will cry, because all of the chutes will have to go all mad and weird, because a stacker eats whatever it's fed and a sorter accepts on the right and rejects on the left. So there's going to be a thing that says, is this coal? Yes. Stick it in the stacker, stick it in the silo. Not coal? Next, please. Be a little computer sat here to deal with that in 10 minutes' time. Possibly less. Hang on. Blinkster's going to squawk, and lovely side effect, it annoys your parents. Whose parents are being annoyed? The hedgehog's parents? Stop it. You are making noise for the sake of making noise. Don't. You heard that? Don't make noise for the sake of making noise. If you're going to make a noise, do it to some good purpose.
Jetpack critical.
Uh-huh.
Making noise for the sake of stacking.
Alright. Nearly done. Are we going to run out of jetpack before we run out of sorters? Who knows or dares to dream. Okay, we did it. Sweet. Okay. Jetpack, however, is full of pants. And my... right. Settings. Or reset windows. Is this not a lovely button? We reset our windows. They turn up in a sensible place. And suddenly everything is fine again. And I can use my waste tank for a jetpack for a little while. That'll do. It's not great, but it'll work for a while. Got it going, says Dusty. Currently copying files from desktop to server at 112 megabytes per second. Raw. Always used to consider megabytes per second roughly equivalent to miles per hour. You know, 60 was cool. 100 was like a little scary. These days, eh. Okay, so sorters, stackers in place. It is now time for chutes, and I don't even know how many chutes we're going to use here. Let's do a quick check. Right, there's going to be 2 there, 1 there, 1, 2, 3 here. So 6 chutes per thing. So this is 60 chutes plus an input line. Okay, shall we see if I'm right? Have I got 6 slots? Actually, before we do chutes, I'm changing my mind all over the place. Before we do chutes...
Oh, hello, handsome.
Oh, hello, Butts. How are you? Is all well with the Butts? Glad to see you. No idea why you turned up on my radar a little while ago, but, you know, these things happen. There's just that whole sort of radar goes ping. Boop. Wire up the sorters. Okay, so drop. Cables out the way. Spanner in. I think we said chutes already. I don't know, do we want to put transparent ones along here so we can see what's going on? There's going to be no ice in this bit, because we're not doing ice for here. Oh man. Makes you wish you had a 10 gigabyte network. Ooh, that would be too quick. That would be too fast. I'm not sure what would happen if we get 10 gigabytes. Everybody would die. Right. 10 chutes. 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Okay, it's going to try and do it in 60 chutes because I think that's the right number. Technically fine. Mentally battling with some ghosts. Oh, dude. Okay, needed an exorcist. Sometimes those guys can really make a difference. I think they call them therapists these days, but you know, it's the same kind of concept. Alright, nearly there. Yeah, come on, give me control. Alright. 10 down, 50 to go. Extensive jetpack usage here. If any of you remember playing the old Spectrum games, then this is where we should be growing little plants and spraying spray at bugs. Boop. And off we go again. Jetpack low already. Okay, fine. I'm going to have to actually spawn in a smart can for the gas, aren't I? Alright. Dupe. Therapist on vacation. Ooh, bummer. Yeah. Shit is it butts. Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Some days life is just fucking rough and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Okay, do we want transparent ones in here? If we do, we're going to need double chutes. Sod it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Window. Come on. Oh, hang on. Get me somewhere solid. Somebody has done us a raid. Drop the jetpack. We have Revilio is raiding. Doesn't matter the size of the raid. You still get the raid shades, dear fellow. Bop. Look, ready to roll. Hiya, how you doing? And Zeke is here as well. Hey, Zeke. I can tell what you've been doing because the name is a clue. How are you feeling? Apart from very, very mellow. I'm hoping that your supplier has been kind and, well, frankly, that what you're doing is entirely legal in the country where you're at, because otherwise... Coffee. I believe I am legally obliged to wag my finger in your general direction. Okay. Thank you, Alfie. Vilio has been playing Kerbal Space Program. How's Jebediah doing these days? Lovely guy. Knew him well. Know him well. Probably knew him well these days. Did you go to the moon? Did you properly go to space? Because, frankly, Kerbal Space Program, bloody tricky. Although I cannot actually wait for Kerbal Space Program the second. That looks like it's going to be absolutely brilliant fun. Alright. Yeah, we didn't do it in 60 chutes because we changed our mind for Windows part way through. This kind of shizzle occurs. So that's 70. Whoa.
Seek fluid intake.
Okay, gonna do that. 80 coming up. Alright. Last few. 1, 2, 3. Ah, man. Again. Right. No. Off. Fluid intake it is. Let's have some of that schlurp. Thank you very much. Whoa. And species 8472. Oh, how's fluidic space these days? Haven't been there for ages. Lovely joint. A lot of swimming available. Oh. Litho breaking. Ouch. Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a bit stingy when that happens. Twice to the moon. Oh, you got there twice, so that implies once with litho breaking and once successfully, if we say that. And Lou is here. Good evening. Not terribly complex so far, Lou. I'll go over it again in a minute, just so that everybody can see what's going on. First off, I am going to spawn myself a can of gas to stop my suit squeaking at me that I need. What should we use? No, we are not using a canister of fuel or nitrous oxide as jetpack fuel. Funny though it would be. I mean, would that not be joyous? Yeet. Alright. Okay. Once successfully. Excellent. Oh, hush you. God, blimey. There you go. Right, hush now. I'll make some more filters in a while as well. God, blimey. Right. Okay, Lou. Let's see what we've got. We have 10 silos, all in a row, like pretty maids from the old nursery rhyme, all wired up together to a single back spine of wire. Each of the silos has a stacker. And each of the stackers has a sorter. Nothing particularly rocket science so far. Everything basically is going to come in on this line here. I'm going to put in some more chutes. Oop. Oh, no, don't want that. Well, I do want that, but more chutes. Honk. Grab. Actually, I'm also going to turn the music down a bit. Woo, there we go. That's more likely. Okay, so chutes are fed with stuff. And stuff... Alright, fine. If you don't like it there, that's okay. I don't mind. It's going to come in from somewhere down here. Initially, it's not going to be anything particularly clever because we are going to feed it single lumps by hand. Eventually, this is where your mining rig comes in. Whatever kind of thing you have for doing a mine. Alright. Cable, more cable, more cable. Alright. So these guys are pretty cool. They aren't attached to anything yet, not even vaguely. So we're going to attach them to a computer. Old school style. Computers, what is totes clever and that you can make in your electronics printer. Douche off. Right. So this fella can just sit quite happily there. Gonna need a screwdriver to put it together again, because everybody knows you need a screwdriver to put a computer together. And we're going to need a motherboard to put inside it. Again, from your electronics printer, you can make a sorter motherboard. Oof. Which, strangely enough, is designed for programming sorters. Who'd have thought it? We wire that up to the power and the signal for all the things. He says momentarily losing his thread. But we haven't got any power here yet. We haven't actually wired in any power of any kind whatsoever. So we can't switch anything on. How very irritating. Fortunately, these guys don't take a heck of a lot of juice. They take a fair amount of juice, but not a ridiculous quantity. And we've got a power line over here. But we don't want it all connected up to this lot. So we're going to stick a transformer in the way. Which I believe I have some of there. Robots in disguise.
How do you get a ship?
Excuse
Like
me one
captains?
second. You have to buy the ship, Thomas Boy. You don't have the coin yet.
Okay.
Small boy is playing Sea of Thieves for himself, having a fine time with a certain amount of confusion as ever. Right. So we are going to need a transformer to isolate the power. Here is going to be our power line. We'll just stick a transformer somewhere. Where do I want it? I can put it there. I can just put it here. I'll be quite happy here. But I need it the right way round. You see, look at your transformers. You've got medium transformers, small transformers, left and right, left and right. It is important which way you put them round, because if you put them the wrong way round, it all goes horribly wrong. And Buttsmuts says LTT store for your computer making screwdriver. Absolutely. Damn it, do you reckon I should have screwdriver merch? Would that be cool? Would that actually be funny? Now get your Duke Euphoria screwdrivers right here. Alright, so this is providing power. Send it all the way back up the line. Dumpty-doo. Try not to leave gaps. Yeah. Nice. So what do we got? Have I got this the right way round? I don't know. Looks a bit weird to me. I think it's upside down or something. Let's try and put it in the right way up. Ooh, there we go. No, not sure. That's better. Okay. Arrows in the right direction. Knobs and dials looking good. Yeah, that's better. Right. Before you screw it down, make sure it's the right way round. Yep. Yes, I think that's a very good idea. And Winsinger, I think the less said about our solid fuel generator, the better. Shh. Tell nobody. Okay, so I switch this on. Nothing essentially happens because we haven't asked for any power. We can tick this all the way round like peasants, or we can get our labeler out and say all the way up. 5,000 is the limit of a thin cable. We shouldn't be drawing that much, even close. Still here, we aren't... Coffee. Thank you there, Night Dweller. And Delethea, hi, how you doing? Good to see you here. So that was a far wire burst in vacuum. In vacuum! I can't hear it. Gonna get me an atmosphere. Yeah, we really screwed that one up, Wincing. It was funny. Was definitely funny. Right, so we've got all our furnace gubbins here. Power line comes down to here. Isolated line. If I switch one of these fellas on, you notice this lights up now because it means that the transformer is actually drawing some power as well as just plain existing. This fella is going to be a data line. But I don't really want to connect both of those up, so I'm going to have to find a way of bridging this network and this network for data. we'll come to that in a bit. Okay. We got 10 silos. We got 10 stackers. We got 10 sorters. We have a computer, which we can now switch on. Poof. And it will just show us a heckload of sorters, all carefully not accepting anything yet because we haven't told them to. All also completely indistinguishable. That's a problem. Right. Each of our sorters needs a name. Now I've got this clever plan called the alphabet, which we will use to name all of our things. Labeler. The first thing you might want to smelt with, let's call it coal sorter. We could call it coal porter, but that would be a musical thing, and yeah, music joke. Just roll with it. Coal, cobalt, copper, C, D, E, F, gold, sorter, H, I, iron sorter, J, K, L, lead sorter, M, N, nickel sorter, N, O, P, Q, R, S, ooh, silicon sorter, silver sorter, and the last one, which you don't actually get out the ground, is going to be our steel sorter. There we go. Oof. Right, lovely. Actually stopped watching LTT. Dare I ask what they did to a screwdriver? Oh, yeah. But a logic mirror, you say? Well, what a thought that might be. I'm actually going to show you something even sneakier than a logic mirror. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I am. Right. So, all of these guys, sorters ready to play. What we're also going to do on the way back is set our stackers up, because right now they're set to 1 unit. That's no bloody good to anybody. Uh-oh. No, not having it, Corvid. No. No burning wires today. Not allowed. Grr. Okay, you're going to do burning wires. I know you guys. You can't help it. It's in the blood. So we're turning them on. Falling off stuff. Coffee. Thank you, Corvid. How you doing? Yummy. So we like. I'm gonna have to give a fresh one soon, aren't I? Gonna run out of coffee. Can't be doing with that. Did I turn you on? Alright, did I set you correctly? It is important that you set these correctly. If you don't, you get some interesting shit kicking off. You can, if you want, rebuild the silo chips a little bit that we're going to do later to do this for you. But to my mind, it's easy to do this once. I might change my mind if I keep falling off. Right. So I've switched all of those guys on. Nice. Blonk. Okay. We've given them all names and we're ready to roll. Corvid was having trouble finding coffee. And is good. I'm not too bad. I set them all incorrectly for the next person to fix. Harsh, Delethea, but funny. Could just put a batch writer and a logic memory in the same network. Could do, but I've just actually thought of that. I could have put it in the silo chips. because all of these are connected together and all the stackers want the same settings. I might actually do that in, a bit when it comes time for setting up silo chips. New version, right. Okay, this interface, I'm going to tell you now, is one of the most vile in the entire game. It's nasty. Unless they put in a search function in the last day or two, when you say whitelist, you have a tiny little block of data to roll all the way down the line. You can grab that, and sometimes you can grab it and it'll scroll nicely. And sometimes it just won't. See, look at that. It just doesn't. So then you scroll down with the mouse wheel and you do your level best to find the thing you are looking for, which in this case, because it's the steel sorter, is an ingot of steel. Oop. There you go. Not testing whaling on the moon today, Delethea. And read test moon, see the Earth spinning weirdly. Earth's doing fine. Yes, about right. Yeah, Earth's going round at about the right axis. North Pole, South Pole, North Pole. On the other hand, that sunlight's in a bit of an odd place, isn't it? Really is in a bit of an odd place. Okay, yeah, that's twisting my melon, man. That was Africa that just went past, wasn't it? And there is one of the poles at a bit of an odd angle. Yeah, well, hey. Looks like whilst we've been on the moon, the Earth has shifted on its axis and things have got a little weird. Yeah. Well, yeah, we are running our 24 hours fairly quickly. Right. So, hopefully... Nope. We can get down to here, select one of those. Silver. And then we have to drop down to silicon. Scroll down. Select one of those. Oh, gods. Try and find... After the filters... after the other filters, silicon ore. There we go. Nickel. Doof. It's a good thing there's only 10 of these. If there was 20, I would probably have shot somebody by now. And, gone right to their offices, brought with me my Nerf gun, and just booped a dart right off the top of somebody's head. That's what this deserves. Nerf dart to the forehead. Doop. Alright, keep it going. Nickel. Oof. Lead. About here, maybe? Oh, closer. Lead. Iron. Gonna go for iron. About there, let's try that. Damn it. Very nearly. Iron ore. Gold. Look at this UA, it makes me think someone did not testing it that well before it was added to the game. Dusty. I could not possibly comment. Yeah, Simon, hi, seeing you with my eyes. Dean, seeing you as well. What is this? What is this? Ah. You've got a text entry box. You've got one for your labeler. Just, put a sort function at the top of the list. Look, just give me a search button. You've got a delete button. Give me a search button. I know what I want. I don't need to look down the list and go, ooh, I wonder what's on the list. I know what's on the list. Grr. Gold. Very nearly there. Getting there. Copper. What the heck? No. Just... Nip. Copper. Just 2 more to go. Dish. We can do it. We can hold our sanity together for that long. We can, right? Tell me we can. So the fun bit is going to be the last one. Because... Alright, where are we at? We want cobalt. Bok. The list is right off the bottom of the screen, very nearly. Alright, nearly there. Coal. Alright, ticket. There we go. So, all of our things now, in theory, if I lob a lump of something in here, should be sorted into the correct box. Now there's handy. So what are we going to sort? So, it's a bit night time at the moment. You won't be able to see it going past. Where's the fun in that?
Power low.
Okay, I'll go get a battery. You guys tell me a couple of lumps of things that we're going to sort into boxes, and we'll see what we can do. I actually go to the right place for getting my batteries. Whee! Boff. Suit. A battery. I thank you all very much. What do you want to put in the box? We have creative mode. We could spawn it. Tell you what, just for the sheer badges of it, let's put some uranium ore in, because that shouldn't be sorted at all. That should be spat out the far end. But only if we actually switch the sorters on. It's quite an interesting one. There we go. Spits it across. Spits it across. It's quite a nice demonstration, actually. Doop. Doop. There we go. This is one of the other delights of a sorter. It will quite happily accept an object when not switched on and just keep it. Boof. There you go. C4 and or a grenade. Oh my. Yeah, alright, Delethea. Let's see what we've got. Got a block of smelly or tasty cheese to share with chat. What's my favourite stinky cheese? Ooh. See, I like a nice ripe camembert. I really do. And I'm pretty partial to Stilton and Danish Blue as well, but for stinky cheese... Grenade. Doof. Right, so if I stick a grenade in there, can I race it to the end before it pops out? It's going to take a little while, because in theory, none of the sorters is going to accept it, and it's going to spit it out. And it doesn't have to take a while to come through. Boff. So I would not be pulling the pin on that before I put it in. Lou says we want some gold. Now gold, of course, should be sorted into gold silo. So we'll have a blob of gold ore. It's 50 chunks of gold. See if we can follow it along. So it goes into the first one, second one, third one, and then is spat into that one there. And if I switch the silo on, it will tell me that it has one thing of gold. Right, so let's give these guys some names as well while we're at it. Names for everybody. Coal silo. Cobalt silo. Copper silo. Gold silo. Gold silo. Iron silo. There's no reason for doing these in alphabetical order apart from keeping your brain in order. L, M, N, so you don't forget one. Nickel. Silicon silo. Silver silo and steel silo. Off. Right. So that's pretty cool. So this one, our gold silo. Let's try putting the gold in again. Make sure it ends up in the right one. Doop. Yeah. Clunk. Third. Ooh. Oh, there it is. One blob of gold. Sweet. Okay. So far, so anticlimactic. Roquefort. Ooh, that is a good cheese. I like a Roquefort. Yeah, I pretty much. I could put almost any blue cheese in front of me and I'll be delighted with it. Almost. There's a couple I find a little. What's the right word? Bland. But. Okay, so we now have a thingy that if we feed it ore of any type, we'll sort it into a silo. Stack it up into 50 blobs, stuff it in a box, and whenever we want some copper, we could, if we wanted to, run down here, pull a lever, get a blob of copper out. Lovely. That's way too much like hard work. Way too much like hard work. Too much running about like a nutter. How about we build it so that we can run along here, stand by our furnace, press a button and say, I want some copper. How about we build it so that when we press a button to say, I want some astroloy, it gives us the ingredients for some astroloy. Yeah, I said it. We're doing that. Right, so the first thing we're going to need is some chips. Let's clear out the pockets a little bit. We're not going to need one of those. We're not going to need one of those. We are going to need one of these. And I want some paint. I want some spray paint. Haven't got any. We'll make some. Don't matter. Okay. Chips. We're going to have a button somewhere around here. A dial somewhere around here. And a chip to do our dispenser control. That's how we're going to do it. Honk. We're also going to have something which communicates between networks, and it's not a logic mirror. Logic memory, joyously, got two ends. So you can do a sneaky thing with it. A logic memory will sit quite happily on two networks, but not actually bridge them. Got a long piece of wire here for no particularly sensible reason, but hey. Right. So this chip talks to this fella here. These guys can also talk to this fella here, but those two networks are not joined. Ooh, how sneaky.
Pressure critical.
Friaka, the pressure on me is always critical, and this is the point.
Coffee.
Oh, thank you. Coffee. There's a point where David
Oxygen
Bowie and Queen...
critical.
Uh-oh. Actually, is that a real one? It's
Oh.
iffy,
Hello,
but it'll do.
handsome.
Uh-oh. Oh, man. Triakra's calling me handsome. Yeah, Winsinger's telling me that my brain isn't working right. That's normal. Ish. Ah, man. Fun times. Okay, there we go. A lot like an opto-isolator. Similar, yep. Opto-isolators are top fun. Little weird at times, but definitely top fun. Right, so we also need some switches. Switches like witches. We got any switches in here? Yep, we'll make some switches. Boof. Light sword, always just tempted by that. Just fire it up, put it in my pocket. Oh, no. 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 I do not want. Horrid to me you are there. Horrid. Okay, so I'm going to be stood here in front of my furnace. There's going to be a line of chutes coming down there. Right to about here where it'll drop some stuff. So I think I want, what shall I have? Another button. No, that's right in the way, isn't it? That's right in the way. Everywhere is in the way of everywhere else. So where are my chutes going to be for delivery? There. They're going to come in. This'll do. All right. We'll have a dial here for how much of a kind of thing we want. And we'll have a button there. That's a switch. Don't want that. Where's my drill? Where is my drill? Oh man. I put my drill in the cupboard. I vanish it completely. Did I leave it in one of the sorters? Has it? No, just sat right in front of my bloody eyes. Derp.
Cognition low.
Yes. Yes, it is. Right. Not thinking, not very bright. Even with all the coffee, I'm clearly not up to that much today. Lies. I am up to all manner of things. Moo-ha-ha, moo-ha-ha. 5 doses of pretty much anything should do. Right, now then, let's have some spray paint and some chips. Integrated circuit. Thank you very much. You in a slot. You purpley. Dush. Boff. There you go, there you go. There you go. You lot are all purple. Why? Because you all talk to each other. You are part of the same conceptual gubbins going on. So, what's going to happen here? Gonna have to make a ceiling to put a button. Oh man, butts! You gotta put buttons on the ceiling? I gotta, what is it? Got a Hotel California thing going on now. Buttons on the ceiling. Pink champagne on ice. We are all just prisoners here of our own device. It's quite a complex device these days as well. Oop, come here, you. Ooh, wow. Some leftover crap over here. And a lot of leftover crap. Yeah, you can tell this is my test moon where I do a bit of science and throw stuff on the floor. We are near plummeting. Dish. Okay, so we're going to go with the here's one I prepared earlier because frankly writing the code from flat, too much like hard work, don't want to do it, not gonna. Right. Not looking at the Mark IIs because they use a completely different protocol and are rather more complex. We'll do those another day. We're going to go all the way down.
Seek fluid intake.
I'll do that in a second. I will do. Chicken room blue. All right. Dispenser control IC. Right. You can see here the Steam icon is greyed out. That means this is available on my Steam workshop. I think there should be a link somewhere. If not, then I'll see if I can post one up. Pop that in. Dish. Okay. Right. We need a memory chip, we need a go button, we need a display, which I haven't added, and an amount dial. So we need a display. Confirm that. Ooh. Where should we put the display? No, it can sit here. We'll have a nice big one. Got some consoles. Ooh. No consoles. Surprise. Some consoles then. Right, LED display. There you go. You can sit there. Bit more cable. Right, what this chip is going to do, once we actually export it and put it in place, is going to sort out what we need from the dispensers according to a recipe it is fed by the hash chip over here. So you need one of these as well. Just so I know the other side of the chip housing isn't connected. Is it not? Looks good to me. Which other side? That side is. I think you also need the top and bottom of the IC10 housing. I can see two connections. What am I missing, guys? And indeed gals and other chums of various flavours. That's fine. Yeah. An air pit cockpit buttons everywhere. Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, the wire doesn't connect to the other side of the chip. Oh yeah. So we've got data beautifully along this side, which is also the power line, and we've got the data line down here feeding power to the top of this guy. So yeah, it's just not going to work. You know that bit where you guys play the whole cognition low thing? It's kind of justified, really, isn't it, every so often? Trying to do too many things at once. Right. Should we try that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Deserved that one, didn't I? Damn it. Derp. Right. Back to the plot. Screwdriver.
Hydration critical.
Oh, hush you. Naming device. So you. Dispenser control chip. Dispenser dial. Dispenser go button. And dispenser display. Thank you all. Right, we're going to clip a wire just to make sure that it resorts its alphabeticals, and we're back to the plot. Over here, hash chip. One of the things it would like connected, actually it doesn't care what it wants connected because it hasn't run for a while. Dispenser control. It wants a dial, a button, furnace control chip, and a dispenser. It doesn't actually care whether the dispenser is connected or not, but if it is, it'll work with it. So these, switch you off rather than ruin everything. So dispenser control chip doesn't care about the other two devices. Switch off, pop and drop, Get your act together. Right. So, astroloy. That should be the hash number of some astroloy in there, which is being displayed on there. If I change it, Constantan, different numbers in here. The furnace control I see is sitting at state -1, meaning not doing a smelt, and the display stuff not having a problem at all. Copper. Copper is ingot number 3. Coal, cobalt, copper. So if we scamper over here, right, that has a 3 on it. 4 is electrum, which wants some gold and some silver. So it wants some number 4 and some number 9. Guess what? Those guys are notionally in order. So let's wire all this lot up and get everything sorted. Wake up, go to sleep. Memory chip. A, B, C, D. Oh, I didn't give the memory chip a name, did I? Nope, just called logic memory. Ah, well, got the name now. Dispenser memory. And because I am 100% of derp, we're clipping that wire again to make it resort its alphabeticals. I hope it does it on both sides. What do we got here? Furnace control. Dispenser memory. Go button. Dispenser go button. Eliara doing us a lurk. Thank you very much. I respect your lurk, dear chum. I hope it goes well for you. Display should be dispenser display. Dial.
Caution.
Dispenser dial, wherever you are. There you are. And then nothing on the last 2. Bit of pumpkin pie, keep me going. Num 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 num. There we are. Right, so you wake up, pop it, drop it, make sure it gets reset. So, if we set this to we want 1 of something and hit the button, what it should ask for is some number 4 and some number 9. This is going to mean nothing to anything because there's nothing connected up at the far end. Dispenser memory in there. Set to -1. If I hit a button like that, it will ask, I want 1 of something. And in here, it's asking for a hash code, which is probably gold. Let's have a look at some gold. Gold ore. Hash code, -134, ends in a 9. What's in here? Okay, that's probably silver then. Slightly confused. Should have expected the gold first, but hey. Yeah, okay, it's doing the silver first. Oh, of course it's doing the silver first. Silver is the lowest significant bits. Right. It's looking for the number. It's going to go through the numbers from the bottom upwards, so it'll do the 9 first and then the 4. So switch you off, pop you and drop you, reset. Okay, so we got some numbers in there. What's got to happen now is that each of these silos has to recognise that when the dispenser shouts using that chip, they have to listen and say, "Oh, that was for me. That was addressed to me." So every one of these chaps here needs a little chip
Power low.
to listen for that shout. So it's going to be an unseemly quantity of cabling. Right. And also some hash generators for doing comparison work. What is it? Not integrated circuit. I see. Ooh, what have I called? What does it get called? Logic circuit. That's the fella. Took me a moment to remember that one. Okay, so bunch of those. Memory, logic memory. I have some more. But we're not putting standard logic memories down. We are putting hash generators. Because they are going to nice and easily tell us what is in each silo. And we're going to need some more cable. Oop. There we go. More cable and the snips again. Alrighty. Is this making sense to all the people who are giving a damn? Because you are allowed to say things like, that doesn't make any bloody sense, what are you doing? And I will try to explain. If it does make sense, then we're kind of sort of onto a winner. Alright. There. There's going to be a fair amount of wiring up at the back end of this. Knobs and buttons to sort out and all that kind of thing. And we're going to run out of cable twice or three times, I'm sure. Running down the line. Only question is, are the silos going to contain post or pre-smelted ores? In this rig, BT Schmitz, pre-smelted. It's going to contain the raw ores. The Mark II dispenser, which you may have seen the code for in my library, is something to run with a pre-smelter. It also runs with a vending machine on the back end to make it easier to automate demand from your printers. So with the Mark IIs, much less human involvement, but a slightly more complex rig, kind of thing that's probably going to take me 2 or 3 streams to explain, or at least build, because there's a heck of a lot of it. So probably going to be like, one for the pre-smelter. Get people to refer to this one for the sorter, because the sorter is much the same. There's a couple of different patches, but it's basically just use the Mark II code for the silos and the dispenser control. Right, so everybody's happy there. Power, signal, all talking to the same thingy. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, I'm going to swap back. Whoa! So I can see what I'm doing in colour again. And we're going to have some integrated circuits. We're going to have frickin' loads of the damn things. Alright. Douche. Pop. Douche. Pop. Spotting a pattern, I hope. Ooh. That's a little weird. Yeah, it's cool. Thank you, sweetheart. Alright, so we've got all of those going in there. Let's spray them all nice and purpley, because why the hell not? Probably going to run out of paint at this rate as well. Damn it. Cable is becoming so blasé. Can we get some coloured cable diversity? Ooh. Could do that. What colour cable do you fancy? Oh, missed. Damn it. Oh, that's garish. I do not like that at all. That's nasty. It's wrong. Also, you're an iron sheet. Why are you an iron sheet? Must have put the wrong kind of thing down. Yeah, you... Terribly sorry. No. What was this? F? No, that did not work. Says iron frame. Must have selected iron frames when I was putting, but hey. Right, no matter. What are the hash generators for? Bronze. The hash generators are for each of the silos to tell it what it's got inside. So, for instance, this here is a coal silo. So I am going to go here with my screwdriver. And this is not a terrible interface. If this search filter worked, it'd be even better. But look, I can do a scroll all the way down. It stays solid. And I can go to coal. So this one, I can give it a name. I can say coal hash gen. Coal silo chip. And here, we can turn this on and off briefly. Oh, I haven't actually programmed it at all. Pop that in there, edit that. And here, dispenser silo IC. Not the Mark II, dispenser silo IC. Pop, grab. There we go. Confirm. Export. Grab. Drop. Put that back in my pocket so it's safe. Turn on. Turn off. Dispenser memory. That's going to be under the D's. Dispenser memory. Silo. We are attached to the coal silo. So we are going to go coal silo. Silo hash. Blast, of course, it hasn't done the thing. So we're going to do one of these again. Once we've done all the naming, I think we'll do one more. Because otherwise we'll be there all day chopping and slicing. It's a useful trick, but it does get annoying. Right. Coal hash gen. So dispenser memory, silo, coal silo, silo hash, coal hash gen. Doesn't care about any of these. Wake up. So notionally, now, if I go over there and I asked for some coal. Coffee. Thank you, Lighthammer. Oh, yummy. Good evening. Good evening indeed. Right, so this is our cobalt silo. So the search here, if I type in cobalt at the top. Okay, it has actually put cobalt onto the thing, but then again, I was centered on the ores before, so I don't think that did anything. Yeah. I take cobalt off the end. Cobalt ore, nothing. But the joyous thing here is if I scroll down to it, it leaves the interface in the same place. So I don't have to scroll up and down like an absolute ninny. Cobalt. Copper. Gold. Iron. Lead. Nickel. Silicon. Silver. And this one's going to be a slight tweak because we're actually asking for an ingot rather than anything else. We want an ingot of steel. There we go. Since I have spare pins on the circuit, good idea to have the chip run the sorter as opposed to the awful computer menu. Could do. Adds a fair block of complexity to the code. Not that we really care at this point. Also means you've got to hook up the extra pin. Not a terrible hardship, I suppose. Extra power. There we go. I'm hoping that we will be able to persuade the Rocketworks guys to at least give the same interface for the hash generator to the computer. Because, frankly, it's just mank at the moment. Right. Okay. So, we've got all the hash generators sorted. Nice. We do not have all our chips programmed. So let's set up one more so I can show an example before I start doing all the hard work, as it were. Export that, pop it, drop it, grab it, stick it back in the pocket so the screwdriver doesn't rip the battery out of it. In theory, this is the iron silo, which it is. This is the iron logic hash generator, which is set to ingots of lead, which is wrong. So let's make sure that... Oh no, it wasn't set to ingots of lead, it was just set to a number that we happened to have scrolled to at the time. Right, gold. Alright. So, here, dispenser again, down through the D's to dispenser memory, silo down through the I's, iron silo. We could make it do the sorter, couldn't we? Wouldn't actually be too problematic. We'll have a look at that in a sec. Iron. Did I name that one?
Critical.
Didn't name it. Derp. Iron hash gen. And I said I was going to do all the naming first. Waste tank critical. Waste tank's not really critical, is it, Proms? However, let's see if I've got my filtration set up to vac it out. I think I do on here.
Hydration critical.
Oh, mate, really? You too, huh? Alright, so we'll have a spare oxygen tank while we're here. I've actually got a vacuum tank.
Seek fluid intake.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay, here we're going to vac out our waste tank.
Waste tank critical.
Slurp. I said slurp.
Coffee.
Thank you, Winsinger. Running low. Gonna need to magic in a new water bottle. Boop. Slurp. More water. Right, you can hush. A lot of waste over there where we did some smelting science. Science. Okay. So let's do a bunch of naming because we can. Coal hash gen. Cobalt hash gen. Copper hash gen. Gold. Iron we've already done. Lead hash. Hish. Hash gen. Goodness me. Nickel. Lost my rag. Silicon, isn't it? Silver. The problem is now a small section of my brain is looking at the code to get the sorter rolling as well. driven off the chip, because one of the problems is you've got to get the sorter being paid attention to even when your chip is not otherwise working. Or rather, when your chip is otherwise working, when it's busy doing different things, you've still got to be paying attention to your sorter. Otherwise, the sorter just stalls and everything goes horribly wrong. Right. I was going to do just one, but that's not going to work out, is it? We've got to do them all at once. Alrighty. Blow the chips. Export. Hot. Drop. Safety. Oh dear. Getting them done. One chip at a time. It'd be nice if there was some kind of mass exporter for chips, but it's going to be such a niche piece of kit. Gonna do yoga again. Okay, right. How are we doing? Silo, steel silo, steel hash gen, integrated circuit, screwdriver. Wake up, go to sleep. Looking good. Dispenser memory is in the D's.
Beyond any doubt.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Certainly agree with you there. Steel silo. Steel hash gen. Nothing required here. Boop. Silver. Now, joyously, we can go backwards through the things that need it and forwards through the things that also need it. Dispenser memory. And then we go backwards for silver. Oh, stacker. Ooh, nasty. Silver silo. Silver hash gen. Done. So we've got 3 pins here. We could put a sorter on them. Things I've also done. An indicator light and a display to say how much is in there. Definitely works. Not particularly difficult to do if you feel that way. Didn't pop that and drop it. There we go. Dispenser memory, silo, hash gen. Lovely. Dispenser memory. We're looking at silicon here, aren't we? Silicon silo. Silicon hash generator. Reset the chips. I bet you, yes. Oh, you're still showing an error. Okay. Nearly there. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean.
Oh, hello, handsome.
Oh, hello. Who's calling me handsome today? It's Angel. Hi, Angel. How you doing? We are playing with building a dispenser today. It's quite entertaining, if a little... Ooh, I don't know. Do we want to go forward through the alphabet for these guys? Probably do. IL nickel silo. Nickel hash generator. You're happy? Good. Right. Lead. D for dispenser memory. And then through. How's Angel doing? Angel's been here for a while. Sneaking out. Have you been hiding? I've been hiding behind people. Is that how it works for angels? Or is it the concept that an angel being able to dance on the head of a pin is damn near invisible? Okay, iron. Do we do iron? Didn't do all of it. Maybe we did. That's not right. Iron hash gen, iron silo, dispenser memory. Alright, getting there. D4 dispenser memory. Gold silo and gold hash gen. Gonna come up nice and quick. D. Copper silo, I think we're on at the moment. Copper, yeah. Copper hash generator. Almost done. Because we did coal a while back. I'll do cobalt. Right. It's a lot of ticky boxes. Cobalt silo and cobalt hash generator. Alright, so now everybody's woken up and all of these guys are waiting for something on here to mention their name. So if I go up here and, I don't know, copper. I've asked it for 1 copper blob, please. Giz copper. And it says 1, but it says 0, 0, 0. There are no copper blobs. Oh no, reset it. Okay. We got no copper in the slot at all. That's a shame. Boof. Put the gold in there. The gold gets put into the right box. Honk. We change our mind. We ask for some gold. We press the button. We're asking for 1 gold. Goes to 0, but green, and then drops out. And yeah, there we go. And 1 gold has been spat out of our silo. That's all well and good when it's all the way over there. But wouldn't it be nice if it all went over to where we were stood? Oh, Lo says, what is the main objective of Stationeers? It's the same main objective as in Minecraft, which is to have as much fun as possible without getting exploded. It's a little more intricate than Minecraft, one might say. But, frankly, yep, the whole concept of, well, what am I supposed to do is whatever the Sam Hill you please, frankly. Enjoy. Have fun. Right. Okay, I'm going to need a heck ton of shoots. So I am going to get out my magic wand again. And we're going to cheat and make shoots by magic. Right. Dupe. Not like that. Press the wrong button. That's better. So on the front of every one of these, a shoot junction that points in the correct direction. Pay very solid attention to your little yellow and green arrows on this one, because otherwise you will have a terrible, terrible day. And because we can, we're going to have some shoot windows. I love the magic wand some days. It's quiet, but it's effective. Oof, here we go. Main object, not dying is nice, yeah? Minecraft has the Ender Dragon and the whole Ender City. True, actually. Minecraft does actually have more plot, as 'twere, than Stationeers. Blimey. How do I use the wand to do that? Okay. What I do is I use the thingy. You press slash and you type in what you want. Shoot. There you go. get your wand up, right click, and then you can scroll through the things you want and just place them. And it just does. Just says, yeah, one of them, another one of them, another one of them. Speeds up certain things like a mad beast. There you go. That would have taken forever if we'd done it the proper way. If the world becomes too complex for the game to run stable, you win. Okay. Damn it. I got some work to do on that one, didn't I? Right. So, there's me gold. Put it back in the box. Whilst we're here, let's have some silver. You can go in the box as well. And how about some iron? See, this is where I could add a chute and stand at the top there and just throw things in it. It might even be fun to do. So if I put some iron in there, jetpack my way up, see the iron going along, being fed into, I think, this one. No, next one. Yep. Sploosh into the box. So if I now put some coal, yeah. Now there's a sneakiness you can do here. If you have a supply of charcoal, you can set the sorter to accept coal and charcoal. The dispenser will only call for coal, but that will just say to the silo, whatever's in the silo marked coal. So this one could be half full of charcoal, half full of coal. Your problem is with the stacker, in that you want definitely 50 blobs. You can't do the same trick with the ores, I'm afraid, but yeah, you had to spawn the stack and do as it normal. For some things you can do, for placement objects, the wand will work. For dynamic objects that roll around in the world, it doesn't. Iron. Ooh. See, it selected iron frames because I didn't click the correct button. So you've got to go in there. Right. Okay, so if we have a look at our coal silo, we got 3 blobs in there. Copper, nothing. Cobalt, nothing. Gold, 1. Iron, 3. So if I go over here, and select Electrum. Where's my Electrum? It's on the E's. We'll go back the way. Right, now Electrum is a mix of silver and gold. I've asked for 1 blob of Electrum, please. And this will go 1, 0. And there you go. Made some recipe for Electrum. Let's extend those chutes out a little further. So that it actually turns up at my feet when I'm stood here. So I reckon a few more of those. A corner. And then an outlet. There we go. Right, so this could all be hidden inside something. And if I ask for steel... Doop. Silicon, silver, solder, steel. I can say, give me 1 dose of steel, please. And it'll have a mutter to itself. Hopefully. Unless I've broken something. Looks like I've broken something. It should be asking for iron and coal at the moment. Do things despawn in the game if you leave them for too long? I haven't noticed. Sometimes due to bugs they disappear under the floor. Ooh, nasty. Right, so we haven't actually got any coal in there. Error unknown at line 10. Right, what do we got here? Dispenser memory, coal silo, coal hash gen. You are not having a good day for some reason. And you have not dispensed any coal. Bottoms. What have I got wrong? You are looking for 17584. You're looking for iron. Let's just check. Iron ore. Iron ore. 175-824-7767. Alrighty. 175-824-7767. Good. What have I broken on my iron dispenser? Coal, cobalt, copper, gold. In theory, iron. That's not right, is it? Look at that. That's nonsense. That's not iron. What have I asked for? Right. You switch off for a second. Iron ore. That's a better number. Now you wake up. There we go. Spits out the iron now. 1, 2, 3 blobs of iron. 1 blob of coal. Yay. That's better. Oof. In general now. Now have a command now to fully delete loose items. Ooh, what just random crap that's lying on the floor. Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to have in one of the planets, in fact Mimas, when I built the mining rocket before I built the storage rig, I had this mound like a dragon's hoard of all this stuff. Right, now in theory, I've got the recipe for some steel here. And if everything is still working with the furnace, which I can't absolutely guarantee it is because things change, it all should sort its shizzle out. 4 green lights. That was a rather quicker than I was expecting, but these days the burn rates are different. So I can feed it my recipe for steel. It chews on it. If you cut the red wire, does something explode? If you cut the wire to maybe the coolant pump,
your precious faces.
that might be bad. If you cut the red wire to the furnace control chip whilst you're doing a smelt, I can guarantee something's going to go funny. Pull the handle, out comes your steel. There you go. So, dispenser rig. In short, 1 dispenser chip. Carefully set up with a button, a dial, a display, and a link through a memory chip to some silos, using a transformer for isolation, safety's sake. Oh, also at this end, you need the full furnace rig, or at least the furnace hash chip. You can do anything, you don't need the rest of them. If you just have the hash chip, it'll still work. But you know, if you're not going to do any smelting, why bother? Can I post my rocket code to travel to another planet? BT Schmeets, I can. It's about 3 lines long. It's basically put the value from the travel wiki into the rocket base setting. That's it. There is no more. There's all the code to fill the rocket, which you mostly do by hand. But it's literally copy the setting into the launch pad. Nothing clever. Sneaky bits. If you look at the rocket launch button and then look away, it will never work again. So you load your game with your rocket correctly set to fly, look at your rocket launch button and you can click it. If your rocket is not ready to fly, you can look at the button, it'll say, oh, error, and it will never work. You need to save and to quit and reload. Save and reload to make it actually go. Anyhow, side issue. Catch up with that in a bit. Furnish hash chip, yes. Dispenser chip, yes. Silos, 1 for each ingredient. Silo chips, 1 for each ingredient. Hash generators, 1 for each ingredient. Set correctly. Do check. Because, yeah, as we just noticed, I managed to get one of them set wrong. Chips, talk to the silo, talk to the hash generator, talk to the dispenser memory. Silos, just big storage boxes, not clever. At the back, stackers. Whoa, some biddies coming in from Cringy Gamer. Hello, hello. Are you able to add the Cyclops emergency noise to the mana crystals? I can indeed, almost certainly, Cringy. Stick it in the suggestions thing on the Discord, otherwise I will forget because my brain is full of cheese. 10 silos. 10 stackers to make sure that all the blobs in here are 50 lumps, because otherwise it's going to be an absolute pig to get it to right. 10 sorters. Each sorter picking 1 ingredient and sticking it in the silos. Any kind of input you feel like, doesn't matter what, comes from a rocket, comes from your peasant mining, comes from some kind of hopper. Oh, I've got a pussycat coming in for cuddles.
This cat claims to have been fed.
That cat has been fed. It is a chancer of a cat.
You big chance.
Hey.
It was worth a go.
Right. So, how about we try a hopper at the back end here? SDB hopper.
Coffee.
Oh, coffee. I think this is the last slug I've got available here. Gonna have to make a fresh one in a bit. That was yummy though. Thank you. Yummy brains, says Finnan. Okay, now I'm marginally concerned. Who's eating spicy brains these days? So if I stick my hopper rather, can I put it right next to anything? Oh my. Proper balk going on there. Right, we can't have it there, or there, or there. But we can have it there, which implies that the stuff that's the problem is these guys. So let's delete those guys. Easy. No, no burn, not allowed. Cheese is yummy. Oh, brain full of cheese. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, spicy brains full of yummy, yummy cheese. What kind of cheese were we talking about? We were having a natter about blue cheeses earlier. Stinky ones. All right. Boop. Okay. And a bit more with that. I need the magic wand back again. Oh. What's... Are you telling me that that little dot of cable there is what you object to? You don't like that little corner of cable? I don't like it. What are you... Oh, man. That's deeply, that's just appalling. That's really awful. Fine, we'll put you there then. God. Some devices just so picky. So picky. Shoots again. Corner. Are you going to work? No. Oh, right. So, Emmental cheese. Oh, man. Frankly, I'm thinking it's more likely to be one of the very holy Goudas with lots and lots of massive great bubbles in it. As the way my brain appears to be working these days, I'm not totally sure it's made of actual solid stuff at all. Might just be made of froth. Chute corner, please. And another straight. I'm sure there's more jokes to be made at this point as to whether I like my chutes straight or not, but hey. That's another matter. And one for another day. Okay, so doop. I can now notionally just spawn ore straight into this box. Let's have some silicon ore. Doop 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 doo 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 doo. Where's that all ending up? Whooshing gloriously along. Look at that, going to its little house where it's going to have a fine time. There we go. And what else do we fancy? Nickel ore. Loads. Lead ore. Five of those. What do we have? We had some silver ore. We've got some silicon. Copper. Copper's nice. Everybody likes copper. Yeah, shoot from the hip. Oh man, that's terrible. Plummeting. We haven't got enough coal. We never have enough iron. Right. Coal. Iron. Gold. Silver. Love creative mode sometimes. Alright. Dish. Now you can do the same thing as this with the ices. Sorters, stackers, silos. Ices don't evaporate from silos. They don't evaporate from closed chutes. They do evaporate from stackers and sorters. So, have I ever processed myself? Somewhat joyously, Finn.
Hunger, caution.
I can't go through a chute. Doesn't let me. Doesn't let chickens go through chutes either. So notionally, you can make a chickenarium where there's chutes everywhere. Problem is, the chickens step onto the slope and then die. They just, fall onto their backs and drop dead. Things I have processed. I have accidentally thrown my digging tool in there, and indeed my mining belt. One of the things you can do if you have a mining belt, if you want to throw your mining belt in there, is stick a thingy called an unloader on your chutes somewhere, like, maybe up here. It would eat the output from your chutes, unload your mining belt, and then stick all the ores through the sorting process as usual. It would, however, take your tools out and spit your mining belt and your tools at the back end. Right. So, brief check. We got some coal. We have 0 cobalt. I haven't given it any cobalt. Oh god, didn't even think of cobalt. Cobalt. Oh, cobalt tumbling everywhere. Alright. Yeah, plummeting down. Grabbing the cobalt. Dropping the cobalt in the slot. Alright. Chunk. Coal, got some. Cobalt, got some. Copper. Gold. Iron. Nickel. Lead. Hang on. Lead. Then nickel. Yep. Silicon. Silver. 0 steel. That's okay. We made some steel earlier. Well, I'll stick that in here. If we can stay still for long enough. Yeet it straight in there. Look at that. Now that's 200 grams of steel. Joyously, the stacker is also a slicer. So when the steel turns up here, any minute now. Come on. Come on, steel. Takes a little while, as it's got to go through all of them. It's going to chop this into 4 ingots of steel at 50 grams each, because we set this to 50. Dupe. Right. Oof. Unloaders work on mining backpacks too. Very handy. So that could actually be worth it. So if I now say, what do you guys want to make? What could we construct? We should be able to feed all our alloys. Any damn one of them. And that means you get to pick. In the meantime, I will see if I can consolidate some of my tools and biddy bobs, so that I am not quite running around with pockets as full as they have been. There we go. Somebody is asking for wasp. They always ask for bloody waspalloy. Always. Right, waspalloy. So I'm not even going to check. I'm just going to assume that everybody knows what they're doing. And I'm going to say, furnace, sort yourself out for waspalloy. Dispenser, waspalloy, please. And it says nickel, silver, lead, and more lead. Well, okay, I'm going to believe you. Now you can see easily that you could just run the chutes straight into the furnace. Wouldn't be a problem. And indeed the Mark II does do that. There's no human intervention at all, but it also means there's no checking. If you look at the stuff that comes out and go, that's nonsense, it still goes straight into the furnace. So here we go. Nickel, silver, lead. The lights have come up green, so it thinks it's going to make some waspalloy. And there we go. See, the handle automatically pulled itself. Waspalloy. Doo doo doo. How anticlimactic. Right. Those of you who are here for the dispenser, how the hell to build the thing, we're pretty much done. That's how it works. If you check out my Steam library, I will see if I can bounce a link to you straight now, because that seems like a good idea. La da da, pressing buttons on a million windows. Steam workshop. My personal workshop. Here we go. Whoa, somebody has done me a raid. It's Chute Mountain turning up at exactly the... Hi, Chute Mountain. How you doing, Mum? Oh, where the hell do I get a link? Right, before we go any further... I find the bloody raid shades. Can we get a shout out for the Chute Mountain who has turned up? Hello, Raiders. Hello, Chute Mountain. We are playing Stationeers.
Reinforcements have arrived.
They have indeed. What have you been playing? Whoop, Chute Mountain has... Oh, goodness. Hang on. Get that shout out shouted. Off. That did not quite do... Oh, there we go. Minecraft. Playing Minecraft. How's it going in the world of blocks, Chute Mountain? Is all well? Is everything just fine? Where's my bloody link? Damn it. I'm going to have to pass you a link directly to the dispenser, I think. No, I'm being a stupid head, and I cannot find a link directly from Steam. There's got to be one in here somewhere. Right, there we go. That's better. Try that. You want the code? You want the dispenser silo IC, which is this one. And you want the dispenser control IC, which I hope is this one. There we are. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Too many links. Mountain Raid comes in. Chute Mountain really reached the top. Good completion of the second tower, so the build pretty much complete. Ready to run on to the next. Excellent. This is how we like these things. Lovely people who have come in with the Chute Mountain. Like I say, we're playing Stationeers. We're on the moon. We're making a dispenser rig so that all our mystical ores, what we have done... Oh, will you stop whining at me, machine? All the stuff that we have mined can be carefully sorted into little boxes. And then when we want to do a smelt of particular alloys, we can simply set up the thingy and say, please make us a certain alloy. How about some stellite? Furnace, do your thing. We didn't build the furnace today. The furnace was built a little while back. Right, so you can see the pressure's dropping. In the meantime, however, we will ask the dispenser that we have just built to give us the ingredients for some stellite. Takes a little while to sort itself out. 1 blob of silver, 1 blob of cobalt, 2 blobs of silicon. Pick them up, feed them to the furnace. Wait for the lights to turn green. Temperature's too low. Pressure is too high, so the pressure's dropping and the temperature is rising as it pumps in more fuel. Temperature's not rising that fast because it's having to dump out a load of gas. And you can see the poor thing trying to adjust itself back and forth, back and forth. But temperature's coming up. We're looking at minimum 1527 degrees centigrade. Disaster counter's not doing too badly. There we go. Green lights. Oh, man, look at that. It blipped just a little bit. So we got half our stellite and a blob of... Actually, more than half our stellite. Yeah. A blob of reagent mix where it didn't quite get the temperature right. That has never happened before. Interesting. The new burn rate code has slightly skanked. And you see that? It just blipped. I'm going to have it say, and the temperature has settled. Right. Okay, that's easy enough to do. There we go. Bar of stellite. Excellent. On to a winner. Our disaster counter's looking pretty good today. Nobody's blown up, nobody's died, nothing really surreal has happened, apart from that just there. So I might take a peek at the furnace control chip I'm just pondering, what could I do? I could change the numbers in the hash chip and give it a sort of a slight bit of leeway. So here we're at exactly 10 to 20,000. If I said, you know, it has to be 10,500 to 19,500, just make sure we're definitely in the butter zone. That might be a sneaky plan. Just 5% off the numbers might be a sensible idea. Actually, that isn't a bad idea at all, is it? Make sure that the auto furnace really is right in the spot. Because the ability to get to that place is relatively easy. And we don't want to waste any ingredients. However, if I stick this through the mill one more time, the green lights are nice and solid, and what it actually does is melts the wasted stuff down into a slightly bigger ingot of stellite. Or slightly, well, if I put them both in, will they smelt together these days? Oh, hello. What the heck? That's interesting. So I've ended up with nothing in the slot. 38 grams of stellite and 14 grams of waste material. So look at that, it's not quite. There's some extra leftover crap. 12 grams of stellite and some crap. So that's going to be interesting. Ah, well. See you later, mate. Yep. Just that temperature blip. Interesting. Interesting. Well, that's going to be a very rare occurrence. I'm not going to bother fixing it right now, but I will have a ponder. So, I think... was it Windsinger? Was Windsinger talking about controlling the sorters up above? So that we didn't have to go through the hideous mess of this interface on the sorting motherboard computer. Let's have a look at the code, see what we can make it do, eh? Because we've got a while yet. I'm not going to end the stream just now. Might cut off the video for people wanting to get the tutorial, but here we go. So, what would we have to do? Every time we've got a yield here, we would have to replace that with something that checks whether the sorter is busy doing something. So this is essentially sitting here saying, you know, is there something in the dispenser memory? Is it the same as our hash memory setting for our silo? If it's not 0, and sorry, if it is 0, back to the loop. If they're not the same, back to the loop. Otherwise, fall through here. Alright, there we go. Check the silo quantity. If it's greater than 0, dispense a blob. It's very simple code, this. This really is literally raise a flag, send out a thing, and then set the dispenser memory back to a 0 to say, we're done. And then back to reset. Could probably re-architect this to be slightly shorter, but it's tiny already. Because what we really want here... Man. Okay. If it's greater than 0, we dispense 1. If it is 0, we just set the dispenser memory back to 0 and bang out. because what it's setting is how much we have dispensed, and then the dispenser chip reads that to say 0 got dispensed, it's an error. Dispense 1 clears the memory of the silo, opens it, waits, gives it a little while, counts the export count of the silo. If it's 0, back to here again. If it's non-zero, shut the silo, set the thingy, go back to reset. So we haven't got a single subroutine jump in here. Brilliant, we can use that. So how about sorters? We have a hash memory of what we want to put in the silo. We can't, if we do it, if we make the sorter controlled from here, we can't do the thing where we put 3 or 4 different things in the same silo. But that's probably okay. The only concern there is if we were using charcoal instead of coal. I'm sure somebody can deal with that. If you really want to, you could put a second hash memory in here and compare them both. That would work. So, let's try it. Alias sorter. We'll put that on D3. We could even put the stacker on here and set it all up as well, but why not? Stacker on D4. Reset. Set the stacker on. Set the sorter on. Set the stacker setting to 50 blobs. Set the sorter mode to 2. Right, just briefly blip through to here to show what that means. Sorter. Oof. Sorters have modes: left-right split, filter, according to a motherboard, and logic mode. Now, I don't know how to drive filter mode at all. I think that has to be attached to a a motherboard. If anybody knows how to use filter mode and just feed it information, that would be brilliant. Otherwise, I have to use logic mode. Right, import slot is 0. And we have an output thing that says left or right. Export slot 0, export slot 1. Alrighty. So, handle sorter. Load. Just make sure that I'm not using any particular. I'll use R15 here because it's the other end of things. Load into R15 sorter. Actually, load slot sorter. Slot 0 occupant hash. Branch if equal to 0 in R15. Back to the return address. Just bang straight back out. So there's nothing in there. We don't care. Set if equal into R15. If R15 is the same as our silo hash. Actually, we're loading that every bloody time. That's a bit pants. Let's just stick that in here. Alias. What are we going to call it? Target hash. I'll put that in R15 actually. And we'll put that there. Load into target hash, the silo hash setting. And we are going to compare target hash there. Big rewrite going on. And whilst we're doing this aliasing, sorter occupant, I can go R14. Give everything nice English names. There is no way this is not in service to set what hash a sorter filters via logic. Has to be done via the sorter motherboard. Ah, bottoms. Alright. What was I doing? So we've loaded into sorter occupant hash. Set if the sorter occupant is equal to the target hash. We set that into R0, and they set the sorter output to R0 and then jump to the return address. So I'm going to put that in R13 for safety's sake. You can control a sorter with IC10, Broms. That's what exactly we're doing right now. So, la da 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 da. Right. Every time we do a yield, we want to do this. We want to check what's in the sorter. Has it got something? If it's nothing, back the way we came. If it's equal, sorter occupant is the same as our target hash. Our output slot is 1. Otherwise, it is 0. So, set if equal if these two are the same. Both the same, that'll be a 1. Not the same, be a 0. Set the sorter output to whatever's in R13, back the way we came. Not in mode 1, only in mode 2. Yeah. So if we check the top of the code here, sorter is set to mode 2. Nice. Okie dokie. So, checking to see if we've missed anything out. RBQZ. That's R0. Branch not equal target hash. Drop to the top of the loop. We don't care. But every time we do a yield, we do want to do a jump subroutine handle sorter, because we want our sorter to be sorting all the time. There is no point where we don't want that to be doing its work. Okay. Right. Confirm that. Let's actually stick it on our coal sorter. Switch that off. Put that back in our pockets. Flip it briefly, it complains. We're also going to need to give the stacker a name, since I don't think we did that last time. Right, coal sorter is set. Coal stacker is now set as well. Doop. Screwdriver. So here, sorter. Coal hash generator, silo, coal sorter. Right, we're going to chop another wire. Make it sort its alphabet out again. Right, cobalt coal stacker. There we are. So, dispenser memory, silo, hash generator, sorter, and stacker. So if I go up here and turn that off, fiddle the numbers, turn you off, turn you on. Right, everything ran nicely. So you are now switched back on, you are switched back on, and your number is at 50. Excellent. So notionally now, if I drop some coal in there, it should work exactly as it was before. Coal. Did I say coal? Coal. I did say coal. Give me some damn coal then. Thank you. Right, so we should get that. Come in through there and immediately stack into that. Wow, that was easy. So, doof. The one on the Steam archive at the moment will require you to set up the distressingly unpleasant motherboardy gubbins. I may update it in the near future to put a Mark 1A in there that requires you to hook up the stacker and the sorter. What say people? Good idea or bad idea? I don't know which is easier from your point of view, running through that interface or doing all manner of ticky boxes and hooking things up with screwdrivers. As once you've done that, you can turn it off. You can even disconnect the computer if you want. What is the IC10 code to do with the stacker? What does it do? Yeah. With the stacker, oof, it's only in the reset bit at the top where it switches the stacker on to make sure it's actually switched on and puts the setting to 50 blobs, the limit for ores, so that you can't accidentally put a tiny little bit of ore in there. The default for stackers is 1 blob. So if you don't remember to set it, you could really mess yourself up by saying, I would like some steel, please, and it gives you 3 single blobs of iron and a 50 blob of coal, for instance. That would make your life pretty miserable. The sorter switches it on, sets it to mode 2, and handles it by setting the output flag to 0 or 1 whenever it gets something in the occupant. Could I get away with doing an SB stacker hash setting? I could do. Yeah. I could do. Let's try that, shall we? Right. Oh, look at this. Stacker ends 623 and stacker ends 820. So you've got left-handed and right-handed stackers. That's a bit of an interesting one. I wonder if they really are left and right-handed. Right, device configuration. This stacker has a prefab hash ending 820. (623) 820. So let's try building one a different way around. See how they look. One like that. One like that. You 623. You 820. Ooh. Right, so there's a minor complication there in that stackers could be left-handed or right-handed. It would be most unusual to use a left-handed stacker with the rig we've got at the moment. But not impossible. Oh yeah, absolutely, Broms. Could do both without any difficulty whatsoever. Concern would be if you've got any other stackers on your rig here. One that you could have if you're running a pre-smelter. You'd have to isolate this rig from that. Not a terrible problem. So we could... Wow. Right. Let's pop this up. Copy the hash. Yeah, people who don't know sneaky things, if you click on the blue numbers here, copies it to your clipboard. Isn't that nice? So right up the top. Set batch. Let's put a define in here so we know what we're talking about. Define stacker hash 1. Always good practice to give it a nice English, or I should say human readable name, because otherwise you can really mess yourself up with a what the hell is that number? What's it all about? Oh, Angel's got to vanish, but he's hitting us with the shiny bits. Angel, you are, as ever, lovely. Pity that you've got to go, but always lovely to have you with us. Thank you for hanging around, and thank you so much for the shiny stuff. It makes our lives delightful. Well, frankly, I am never going to complain at such things. Have a lovely day, and I will do my level best to have a fine time here. Okay, where do we get? Broms is saying we should add both hashes. Going to do it. Stacker hash 1 to on. Stacker hash 2 to on. SB stacker hash 1 setting and stacker hash 2 setting, so you guys can come out. Right, we've got the silo hooked up anyway, and we could just switch on all the silos and all the sorters, but I think that would start causing trouble. Skurrus is here. Variable names, max 10 characters.
Hey, listen.
I'm listening. Okay, so you reckon that's not going to work? Well, alrighty. There. Fooled you, machine. See you later, Broms. Have a fun time. Catch the VOD. It will definitely tell you how to build a dispenser, and then go off onto all this coding fun, which some people are going to find excellent, and some people are going to be just, what the heck are you doing, man? Why are you doing that? Poff. Bonk. Turn you off. Put you in there. Right, so now we should be able to just go around and, you know, mess up a bunch of stackers. Let's go and turn 100 of them off. Well, you know, 2 at least. You, numbers all rancid. Bonk. Switch on. Everything just works. How curious. And the stackers are switched back on again. 50, 50, and 50. Okay, well, that worked. So which do you think is easier? Navigating the computer sorter interface or hooking up the extra pins on these guys? Tricky. Because we don't actually need to hook up the stacker pin anymore. We can just leave that completely alone. It just doesn't matter. No device. We only need to hook up the sorter. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Right. We're done here. Everything we were setting out to do this evening is complete. All the possibilities have been explored, unless there are some which I haven't thought of. Oh, chums, are there any possibilities I have not thought of? What do you think we might want to do? Okay, so let's check. Do we? Yeah, you can go over there, go on. Do we have a waste hookup on this furnace? I've completely forgotten. Not an obvious one. Yes, we do. There it is. That goes to this particular hot tank here. This particular hot tank, crunch, grind, appears to be ready to feed some Stirling engines. Nice. What's in the hot tank? "57 pascals of reasonably hot gas." So almost vacuum, but quite warm. We've got 19 megapascals in there. Let's dump the furnace. That's set to 0. Press the furnace button. It dumps. And the gas should start turning up in here. Which it does. And then the Stirling engines wake up, do their funky groove thing. Excellent. Everybody has a lovely day. And where does the power end up? Hopefully, yes, in these here batteries. Look at that, there's the orange line with the hot power in it. Brilliant. You aren't doing anything, probably because I haven't told you to. That's okay. Temperature in the room is coming up beautifully. And the efficiency in here, 96% because of the environment, 100% because of the pressure differential. It's getting a little less efficient in there because the pressure is probably a little too warm. But still in the 90s, so that's not terrible. Okay. Right. Yeah. What have we still to do for building our dispenser rig? I think that may well be it. In which case, if it is... Oh, Butts is saying a thing. Working gas efficiency 15%. Yeah, I've never managed to get it above that. If you can find a way of getting it above 15, I would be delighted to know. That's a certain amount of hydrogen, which if you feed it more, it just goes bang. And if you feed it something else, it's less efficient. Yeah. 15% appears to be the top end. However, let's have a poke at that. But power generation, 5.8 kilowatts. That's not bad. Out of I believe, a theoretical maximum of 8. So we're not doing so bad. If there is a way of getting it up, I don't know what it is. Pressure in here. Come on. Pressure in this tank. Still half an atmosphere at really quite large. 1800 degrees C. Dropping through there. See, this one's interesting. It doesn't read megapascals. Kilopascals, which is just odd. Why would you do that? And yeah, kilokelvin annoys me as well. 2 Ks next to each other. Not a good idea. Yeah, but I'm not entirely sure that nitrous oxide is going to work. I'm willing to give it a go, but I have a feeling something bad would happen. All right, so, oh dear, that window's taken a beating. This one hasn't. What's going on with that one, I wonder? Maybe need some reinforced windows in there. And this fella has the gas fuel generator that I don't think we ever really got working properly in this rig.
Hydration critical.
Out. Doof. Water bottle. Thank you very much. Hush you. Kilokelvin. It is, yeah, small k for kilo, capital K for Kelvin. It is written like that. And yeah, I know that it is a proper SI unit. It just annoys me that here we could have 1201 Kelvin, but instead we have 1.201 kilokelvin. If I ever get to the point where I have more than 4 digits of Kelvin in my Stirling engine, I think something else has gone horribly, horribly wrong. At which point, I am willing to go to the sort of 9.94 kilokelvin. But 1.201, you're using the 4 digits, but you're just stuffing an extraneous decimal point in there. It's foolishness. It should be triggered to go to kilo at 5 digits, not 4. Yep. Yeah. It's yeah. You use it when you're shortening the number of digits, not lengthening in it. But hey, whatever. Lovely people. I think, as I have said, my work here is done. I'm going to vanish into somebody else's stream, unless anybody has any particular questions they would like answered regarding dispensers or smelters or such like. We're going to bang out. Who shall we go and fall into? What would be fun? Ending a little early, I know, but frankly, we're done here, and dragging it out further just seems like a silly plan. Eliara is playing Raft. Santana Banana playing Cuphead, which is a little surreal. Agent B. Smith, Cult of the Lamb. That's kind of disturbing just from the title. Fistful of Glitter playing Fortnite. Oh dear, terrible idea. Dapper David playing Minecraft. Aria is on League of Legends, and Red Dogu is on Shadow Down, my apologies. Anybody any particular calls as to what they would like to see? Did have a question about the Please channel. Discord is all about. But, oh, actually, announcements. Yes, I will not be here next Sunday because, and indeed the Sunday after, and possibly the Sunday after that, because of the real world doing things. But after that, we've managed to get a decent multiplayer game of Stationeers up and running. So if you're on the Discord channel, if you're on our Discord, and you would like to join in with a multiplayer Discord, which multiplayer Stationeers, which I'm hoping to run Sunday evenings, book your name in the Me Too Please channel. Just a signifier that says, I want in, and I will pick a team from those who are there, who are lovely people to play with, and the kind of chums who are reliable and not evil and likely to shoot me in the back with an energy rifle as soon as my back's turned. Unless it's funny. But if you're in, put your name down on the list, because if you ain't on the list, you're not coming in because I won't think you want to play. And if you are on the list, I will think you want to play, and I might pick you because you're a lovely person. Service. What do I fill the hydrogen tanks to for the Stirling generators? Lone Star playing Mass Effect. Ooh, Sharp Mountain. Mass Effect. I'm kind of allergic to it, but I'll give it a go. Not in service. Right. Last question there. You fill them to 50 moles of hydrogen or less. 49 is about right. Don't worry about pressure. Don't worry about temperature. You want 50 moles of hydrogen in that can. No more. 51 moles, it might survive. 52, it will not. 49's about right. Hey, Shups, cool. I'm up for suggestions. I like suggestions. And I like meeting new people. The problem is with Mass Effect and not with Lone Star. And besides, I trust you, mate. We are going to Lone Star 82 for a bit of Mass Effect. Hold on to your underwear, people, or whatever seems like could be a good idea. We're going to hit the button any second now. If I go to my sign-off screen, get you a lovely view of the shiny new dispenser. Thank you very much for watching, like it says. If you want to hit the follow button and you haven't already, now's an ideal time. We're going to be raining Lone Star for a bit of a Mass Effect. I hope you have a fun time, and thank you for being with us. Angel, always gorgeous to have you with us. You have cheered us delightfully. Cringy Gamer has done the same thing. Shut Mountain has done us a raid. Revilio has done us a raid. And Grumps Gaming done follow us a little while ago. I shall hope to catch the rest of you Monday night, where I should be doing a bit of Sea of Thieves. I may not be around on Wednesday, depending on the real world. Things are getting squirrely out here. I will make announcements accordingly. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Now we've got a 10-second countdown for getting from one place to another. So we've got to go, because we're on the moon. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are gone.